Adverbs can be challenging to identify, and I think that's largely because there are three very different types of adverbs. It would actually be better if we did not pretend that they are all part of the same lexical category. The three types are different enough that it might make more sense to consider them to be three different lexical categories. But this is how we normally analyze this. So the first type, adjective modifying adverbs, in a sentence such as, this yogurt is good, we can intensify the adjective good with these adverbs. So, what I'm saying is that good is an adjective, and very rarely and so on are adjective modifying adverbs. These adverbs have another similar function to modify adverbs instead of adjectives. Sheila yelled loudly. You can use some of these same items to modify loudly, where loudly is an adverb, and very rarely and so on are adverb modifying adverbs. We can group them together with the adjective modifying ones because both adjective modifying and adverb modifying adverbs add this meaning of intensifying whatever it is that they modify. The second type, verb modifying adverbs. These are probably the ones we'll encounter the most often. Sam woke up, for example. Notice there are three places where we could stick these adverbs. Suddenly, Sam woke up. Sam suddenly woke up. Or Sam woke up suddenly. It's a really salient characteristic of verb modifying adverbs that they can occur in three different places. Other lexical categories tend to not have this kind of flexibility. They tend to have meanings about when or where or how the activity is done or how the action is carried out. The third type of adverb, sentence modifying adverbs. They look a bit similar to the verb modifying ones, but there is a difference here. If we say thankfully the weather was warm, the adverb thankfully does not modify the verb. It's whoever is saying the weather was warm is thankful about it. It's a characteristic or attitude of the speaker or writer. Hopefully, these facts will help students. The facts do not have hope. It's the person who said or wrote this sentence who has hope. Frankly, the idea of skydiving makes me nervous. The idea, obviously, isn't frank about anything. Skydiving isn't frank. It's, as I'm saying this sentence, I am the one who is being frank about it. So this is what sentence modifying adverbs are for. Now, as I said, I think verb modifying adverbs are the ones that we will encounter the most often. I want to go back to this for a moment. There is a thing to pay attention to here that will allow us to avoid some confusions between adverbs and adjectives. If you have suddenly, yesterday, or sometimes, those are clearly adverbs even in their form. Suddenly, it looks like an adverb, but some adverbs can also be used as adjectives, and if they occur at the end of a sentence, that can lead to confusion. What about fast here? This is an adverb, it modifies ran. But what if we say instead, Chris seemed fast? There's no adverb there. Fast is an adjective, and it gives a characteristic of the subject. It does not modify the verb. This distinction will become clearer when we look at what kinds of verbs ran and seemed are in a later chapter. Here's a little practice. So I would encourage you to pause the video because I'm about to show the answers. Find the adverbs and say which of the three types of adverb you're looking at. All right, going on to the answers. Laboriously, it modifies the verb searched. Very modifies the adjective silly. Sincerely modifies the verb spoke. And quite modifies the adverb sincerely. And amazingly is a sentence modifying adverb.